at local governments, the president said, as an advocate of grassroots development, he remains committed to ensuring that all tiers of government are treated fairly, equally, and justly in the sharing of national resources. State House correspondent Adam Sambo has the details.
Last reviewed 27 years ago, the proposed revenue allocation formula had its leading philosophy guided by the need for distributive justice, equity, and fairness as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended. The principles also took into cognizance the indivisibility of the country, public opinion, and weighty constitutional responsibilities, as well as functions of each of the three tiers of government.
Your Excellency, it is with high sense of responsibility that I wish to inform you that after the application of the above analysis and considerations, the following new vertical revenue allocation formula emerged and are hereby advised. Federal government, 45.17%, state government, 29.79%, local government, 21.04%, special fund, ecology, 1%, stabilization, 0.5%, development of natural resources, 1.3%, federal capital territory, 1.2%, total 100%.
The submission of this report today, Mr. President, aligns with your avowed commitment to ensure that basic fundamentals are strengthened for equitable and just allocation of resources to all tiers of government for sustainable development in our country.
President Muhammadu Buhari applauded members of the Commission for their diligence in ensuring that the processes leading to the report was all-inclusive.
Ordinarily, I would have gone ahead to table this report before the National Assembly as a bill for enactment. However, since the review of the vertical revenue allocation formula is a function of the roles and responsibilities of the different tiers of government, I will await the final outcome of the constitutional review process.
Some of the proposed amendments in the constitutional review process, he said, have a bearing on the recommendations contained in the report, including establishing local government as a tier of government and the associated abrogation of the state and local government's joint account. Others include moving airports, fingerprints, identification, and criminal records from the exclusive to concurrent legislative list, as well as empowering the Revenue Mobilization Commission to enforce compliance with remittances of accruals into and disbursement of revenue from the Federation account.
I want to assure you that the federal government will immediately subject this report to its internal review and approval processes while awaiting finalization of the efforts by the National Assembly. This strategy, rather than issuing an executive modification order, as was done in 1992, is more in line with our democratic tenets.
Having followed keenly most of the discussions held in the geopolitical consultative process, President Buhari said one thing that struck him clearly was the agreement that a review of the nation's vertical revenue formula cannot and should not be done emotionally, sentimentally, or arbitrarily. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari is tasking the newly elected chairman of the governing APC to remain fair and firm in the discharge of his mandate, assuring Nigerians that his administration will sustain efforts at entrenching democratic principles in politics and governance. This was while granting audience to the new chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo again has the details.
The new national chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, was accompanied to the State House by the immediate past chairman, caretaker and extraordinary convention planning committee of the party and governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni. This is the first formal engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari and the new helmsman of the governing party. During their discussions held behind closed doors, President Muhammadu Buhari described as gladdening that APC has formally nursed its wounds and healed itself sufficiently to march forward as the next general elections draw near. He expressed the conviction that Nigerians will continue supporting the APC in its electoral battles in view of the giant strides achieved in the implementation of his administration's policies and programs aimed at nothing but the betterment of the country and its people in critical sectors of the economy. Senator Abdullahi Adamu, who spoke to newsmen shortly after, said he was in the State House to express formal appreciation to the president for his leadership, foresight, and forthrightness.
Since the end of the convention that took place on 26th of March, we've not come to meet with him, to thank him for providing leadership, for the party to have a successful convention. Since the history of democracy in this country, First Republic, Second Republic, up to where we are today, I don't remember any convention the size we held. I don't remember any convention that there were misgivings about the possibility of his success than this one. We came out clean, and we thought the leadership that Mr. President provided the party has made all this possible. So I came with my predecessor to come and inform him that we have fully handed over. I'm in charge of this party, and by the grace of God, we will be honest. We will take the trust that is thrust on us with every seriousness, every sense of patriotism.
You are meeting the president for the first time since becoming chairman. How far so far in the execution of your mandate?
We are just 1 week since handing over. There isn't much I will tell the public at this point in time. But the president, as the head of this party, we owe him a duty to say this is how far we've gone, these are things we are doing to reform the party the best we can so that the party can tick and prepare itself for the forthcoming election. These are some of the things that are very fundamental to the life of any party, preparatory to the general election that we're facing.
Journalists sought to know from the chairman the option to be adopted by the party in producing candidates for the forthcoming general elections.
We get there, we will talk. All right? But the options are there. Direct primaries, indirect, and consensus. The party has a choice which of these paths it will take.
I'm feeling fulfilled, especially having conducted a Ronco-free seamless convention that ushered in the new leadership. And I'm happy with the leadership. And the party is more stronger, united now than ever before.
Governor Mai Malabuni said he is now back home in Yobe State and fully committed to the execution of his mandate conscientiously. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the federal government has set machinery in motion for the establishment of a 30-megawatt solar power plant in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, to augment power supply from the national grid. The Vice President stated this during a one-day visit to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, to witness the formal handover of edifices Muhammadu Indimi International Learning Center and International Conference Auditorium in the University of Maiduguri, both donated by business mogul Dr. Muhammad Indimi. Muhammad Ibrahim reports that the twin projects were inaugurated by President Muhammadu Buhari in December last year.
While at the airport, the Vice President undertook an inspection tour of Oriental Energy Resources Limited hangar, conducted round by the Chairman and CEO, Alhaji Muhammad Indimi, Nigeria's Vice President, while formally handing over the Twin Learning and International Conference Centers to the University of Maiduguri, said the federal government's Economic and Stabilization Plan will see to establishment of 6 solar plants of 5 megawatts each for Maiduguri Metropolis.
The Buhari administration is also continuing to invest in the investment. The University of Maiduguri is in the phase 2 of what we call the